One of the things I love about this show, when we ask for your comments and your thoughts like that, you do not hold back. They pour in. So let's get to some of your thoughts on a story that we brought you Friday. It involves self-serve gas. If you missed it, here's a quick refresher. Oregon's largest union wants to roll back the law that allows people to pump their own gas. They submitted an initiative to put the issue to voters next year if they get enough signatures to make it happen. They tell us the main issues are accessibility for disabled folks, safety, and job loss, calling the self-serve bill, quote, bad for workers, but oddly good for gas station profits. But there's also a backroom politics angle to all of this. The union held off criticizing the gas bill during the legislative session when they could have criticized it because they were promised another bill would make it easier for cannabis workers to unionize and that bill would get through the process. But here's the thing. Once the self-serve gas bill passed, the other bill did not move forward. So now the union's kind of ticked off and they're going after the pump your own gas law, and they're also trying to put that other issue up to voters as well to make it easier for cannabis workers to unionize. OPB reports the union's going to need to collect 117,000 valid signatures by July to put either one on the ballot next fall. So there's the backstory. And we have to admit, whenever we do a story about self-serve gas, we do hit a nerve with you because your emails and voicemails poured in Friday night and kept coming in through the weekend, which we love. Let's start with folks who would support the initiative to repeal self-serve gas.
I am definitely one of the people against pumping my own gas. In the beginning, it was because I didn't want to get all over my clothes and dressed up and smelling like gas when I go places. Now I have asthma, and when I go to the station to try to get gas, it bothers me when someone else pumps it, let alone my pumping it myself. So I would definitely sign the union petition.
Yes, I would love to pump your own gas item back on the ballot. This isn't the only issue that citizens have voted for, and then the legislature decides they know better and override the majority. I say put it back to the voters. I don't want to pump my own gas. Never have, voted for it twice, no, and here they go again.
All right, thank you, Joe. Chris wrote to us, I am almost 70 and have not pumped my own gas since I moved to Oregon 35 years ago. However, I was willing to give it a try since it had requirements for full service at 50% of the pumps that would be serviced by attendants in urban areas. Chris goes on, this has not been my experience the last few months. None of the gas stations I visited had the pumps labeled as full and self-serve, and I had to physically get out of the car, go inside to request assistance pumping gas. There were no visible attendants outside to assist customers. Not exactly full service.
I'm 80 years old. I am very disabled, and it is next to impossible for me to pump my own gas. And it's also impossible to drive up and find somebody to pump my gas for me. These people that love it, that's fine for them, but it's not fine for me at all. So I'm in a real pickle.
All right, thank you, Judy, for your comment. So here's a bit from folks who want to go back to the way things used to be, but plenty of you told us that you like pumping your own gas and you want things to stay the way they are right now.
I'm absolutely furious that they want to roll back self-service gas. Being able to help myself at the pump has saved me so much time and frustration. I'm sure whatever intentions the unions have for rolling back this bill are self-serving and not truly reasons of worker advocacy. It's so weird. This is such a lame hill to die on, and it's such a waste of time. Leave it as it is.
All right, thank you, Tim. Ted wrote to us to say, my blood pressure is rising. I like pumping my own gas if needed. Union 555 needs to just shut up and go away.
I really like the idea of having the choice of pumping my own gas. It gets really, really tiresome pulling into a gas station with 6 pumps and 1 attendant, and you sit there for 20 minutes waiting to get up enough where you could get your gas pumped.
Now, we did hear from a number of you who say you want someone else to pump your gas, but you have been able to find attendants at stations you usually go to, so you're fine with this new law.
I'm all for leaving where we can pump our gas or have it pumped. I have somebody do mine, and I see other people doing their own. So leave it alone. We're both being taken care of. Just leave things as they are.
Okay. And I'm sure some of you are are seething. Either you're seething or you're cheering over these last few minutes. But listen, if you have strong opinions on the pump your own gas law or the effort to repeal it, you know the drill. Email us. The address is thestory@kgw.com, or call and leave a voicemail. The number is 503-226-5090.